Broadcasting live worldwide.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You are the way. You know, you hear that, and you know right off the bat what I'm talking about. God is the way. It's hard to tell people that, you know, that either don't follow that path or not really understanding what faith is about. And, you know, all you can really do is show people with your actions if they don't care to hear the words. And that's okay. Because I've always been a firm believer that your actions truly speak louder than your words. And in order for that to happen, you have to be true to yourself, be true to others, and allow your actions to shine, your actions to speak so loud that they can't help but ask the one question: why are you so happy? Why are you the way you are? And your response is, because God is the way. Have faith, let it begin. Tuesday edition, September 12th, 2023, starts right now.
Have faith, let it begin. When it starts right now.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Ariel, can you say have faith?
Let it begin.
Let it begin?
Let it begin.
Say have faith.
Let it begin.
Let it begin.
No.
No? Okay.
It's a boy.
Hi, Noah.
Noah!
Noah!
Jesus. Happy birthday, Noah!
Okay,
You did amazing.
you just put those back.
Noah.
Good morning. You're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin. And it starts right now. How is that, Daddy?
It was good. Good morning, everyone. That never gets old. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin on this Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. Folks, we want to just thank each and every one of you for joining us yesterday on a 2-episode day, one honoring all the brave men and women and all the families and remembering the victims of 9/11. And also a big thank you to Dr. E as we entertained you yesterday. Hopefully we entertained you yesterday on a very, very powerful historic day, as all of us remember but never forget. Folks, today, you know, we talk about how God is the way. And what I'm noticing, you know, more and more as continued tragedies and earthquakes and hurricanes and storms have taken lives from so many of us. There's so many people that I've interacted with that are questioning their faith. Just the other day, I saw a gentleman on TikTok labeling himself an ex-Christian. And, you know, for his reasons, and I respect his reasons, because everybody has a right to their opinion. His reasonings were because, you know, his church, he found a lot of hypocrites in church. His words, he found that a lot of things that were happening in the world, you know, there would never be a God if that was his words, that there would never be a God if all these things were happening. And if there is a God that allows it, then he doesn't want to follow that person. And it was very sad to hear that. Again, yeah, he has a right to his opinion. But I find it extremely interesting that a lot of people that, and forgive me if I sound a little bit condescending or a little rude because I don't want to be, but I find it very interesting how people that were once of faith have turned their back or have decided to stop their faith because of things that are happening. I know that when tragic or tragedies or depression set in for myself during the hardest times of my life, I had a great conversation with God. I yelled at him. I said, "Why are you doing this to me?" I did. I was young. But what I learned was my faith and my trust in God was not as strong as it got. But I put my faith in my trust in him when I reached out to others who explained to me that God was not here to hurt me, that God was here to be with me, and that God had never left my side, my faith grew stronger. So I never questioned God. I never doubted God, I should say, but I did question him. I guess you could say it's kind of the same thing, right? Because if you question him, you're almost doubting him. I guess in a way, it would make sense to say it that way. But I knew that turning my back on him was not the right way, because I knew that his words, that he is the way, the truth, and the life. I knew that no matter what and no matter how bad things would get, he was still the way. You know, many of us right now are suffering financially. They're dealing with depression, mental illness. God is the truth. God is the way. I wish I could say don't take my word for it, because I don't want to be that guy that preaches to you and tells you how to live your life. I'm only telling you what I do in my life. And in my life, and what I do, is that I put my whole trust and faith and love in God, because God supports me. God holds me in his arms. And God has never left my side. He's been there through all of it. And sometimes, you know, when we're going through the hardest times and we think that our prayers aren't answered, when they do get answered, you know that he was there the whole time. You know, there's an ongoing joke here on this show about my great funny episodes of, you know, crazy date stories, right? For the longest time, you know, I went single after being crushed. My heart was crushed. And, you know, my ex-girlfriend, she just left me. She cheated on me. And she left me. And it was like, you know, when you're in your 20s, she was my world. She was my everything. She was my first of everything. And she just left. And now, I'm not going to sit here and paint her as the bad person. I did things that I shouldn't have done. You know, I concentrated more on television and video games when I could have put more attention on her. So it's not a one-way street. It was a two-way street here. But when I went through my depression and she moved on, and I was hurting, and I was calling her and she wouldn't return my calls, or she finally just realized, you know, that was it, and she told me that it was over, I didn't know what to do. Of course, I mean, I turned to God, and I went to church, and the next 6 years I was lonely. You know, my friends all had girlfriends. We always went out. I had good nights. I had bad nights. I had good opportunities, and they all fell short by the wayside. But I just kept saying to God, you know, I don't know what it is that I'm doing wrong. I'm a good guy. I'm a good person. I know I would treat a girl right, and I would just pray. And when all the other guys were going to college and they're getting their degrees, and I'd say, you know, I gave up too soon on my degree. I gave up. I don't know what else to do, God. Well, he presented an opportunity for me. Next thing you know, I moved away. I moved back home. I finished my degree. I got my college degree. And while I was getting my college degree and not thinking about women, not thinking about girlfriends, that's when I met my wife. And here I am. You know, 18 years later, I'm married. I have a house. I have 2 children. I have a dog. I'm happy. It's available for all of us. God is the way. He is the truth. He is here for us. You just got to believe and trust in him. Remember that today and every day. Because God loves you. God believes in you. God trusts you. And God is never going to leave your side. May God be with you. May he shine his light upon you and grant each and every single one of you peace on earth. And never forget, have faith. Let it begin. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.